Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we're going to talk about Thomas Wood, former Hells Angel, who passed away with Repo Rod.
I know he was done out there, man. His prospect record, his whole cut was taken from him. He still had stuff we had to go collect. And then he would sit out there and he used to put like support shirts. We were told hanging them upside down from his front porch, and there was another guy that quit that lived like across the way from him. We were in contact with him. He was supposed to actually get the stuff, and he had some stuff he needed to return. And just like a fiasco, man. If you see him doing this, go on across the road, man, handle it. Come down. Like I say, it was, I think, like a year and a half-ish after we were put out that, I had some people still pulling for us. Our outbag was, myself and one other guy was overturned. We got into that previously.
Like, what does that mean for the people that don't know?
The decision was overturned and we were allowed to go back.
Or just be good.
We actually went at that time when you leave, if you leave, whatever, our outbad standing was overturned and we were allowed to come back. Even a member, when they leave, if they choose later to come back, they're supposed to prospect for a year. It's a whole process again. We had to go through it. And at that time, I was still going on with my case. And it was not long after that process took place. I was yanked back in. My bond was increased. I was told non-association. The other guy, talking to him, he went to, I'm going to say he lasted maybe another 6 months or something. He was like, I don't want to do it if you're not there. And I'm like, well, I can't be there. I don't have a choice here, because the option was the next time that the picture went up through the court system, whatever, they were going to just openly revoke my bond.
Kind of put you in a situation.
Oh, absolutely. I was a father raising a family, trying to keep my head above water and pay my own legal bills, because the club never stepped up and did what they should have done, like them scumbags in Philadelphia were supposed to do and never did. I don't know what lie they told, but I can remember supposedly going to an e-com, and I was supposed to be brought up in there about, what had happened and how it went down and what all the details were. Another dude got beat up and thrown out that day, and boop, never happened, because they all tucked tail and turned to the left and went home.
Oh, so someone that was with you guys got beat up and put out.
Oh, yeah, man. The falsifications of what had transpired and what he did and why he did it came to light. Again, just don't lie. I got to say, in that guy's defense, he was locked up. I don't know what the story was, but whatever it was a lie. And you got called on the carpet on it. And he got put out, because of it. And whether those other guys knew that they were the ones that, whether it was in conjunction or not with that guy, they manifested that lie and took that lie to the East Coast for an assessment for this dude. When they found out what the truth was in it, they wanted them to come up there and be a man. Go up there and, hey, well, this guy, we didn't understand this. It was told to us differently, or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
But be a man, if you got to stand up for yourself, get yourself correct, get yourself right, move forward in whatever way it is. But not them. They tucked tail and all headed home.
Seems like they were scared to tell the truth.
No, they just, like, little preschoolers, man. They didn't know how to tell the truth. And they just destroyed Pennsylvania for anyone else coming up in there, because of what they've done and didn't do.
Looking back, do you think that maybe it was their plan to do this? To join the Hells Angels and take it over from the inside and destroy it?
I don't know. I questioned it when, like I said, when we put Mark Slow-Mo out and we pulled out that bag from under the bed with 13 Pagan jackets, brand new, all sewn up like they were getting ready to be handed out. I really questioned what they were doing.
Like How many
even
were
more
there?
than before.
Were there 13 extra like members? Is that how many there were? Like
No, I'm
total?
just guessing that there was like a whole crew of them that figured this lie didn't work out to benefit us, so we'll just go back and do the other thing. I don't know. You know, Slow-Mo was like one of the most cowardly cowards out there.
I've heard about him
All
quite a bit.
all his famous words were, "You know me, bro." Nah.
You know me, bro. You used to
Yeah,
say
you
it a
know me,
lot.
bro. No, I just know what you're not. All you would hear was stories of who they were when they were someone else.
Yeah,
That don't mean shit. Who are you now?
pretty wild. On your runs, you drove your bike quite a ways, right?
Oh
Far all
yeah.
over the country.
Yep.
Have you had any crazy situations happen to you on the road?
I was on my way to Kentucky once. I don't even know what highway it was. I think I was just about out of West Virginia and I had outlaws come up on me in a pickup truck. I hit an exit ramp. I was by myself, riding down, patched up, flying. I can remember seeing them lock it up, sliding down the road. I went down the ramp and just, however, got away from them a little while, got back up on the highway and continued. Like Pee Wee said, man, we'd see each other in a lot of different places. I went a lot of places. I think 2 days after I was patched, I was out to Illinois Nomads, hanging out with them because they were a good bunch of guys, man. And I had been tight with them throughout the entire time I was prospecting. There were several members out there that were good dudes. There was a couple of bad ones, and they went down the road over time. But, I can remember one guy I was a really close with, Pirate. He's passed away now. Yeah, man, it was, you was always watching your six. You always had to be on point.
So when you guys would see each other in public, was it kind of like Pee Wee said, like people didn't want to do anything?
It depended on where you were. There was a lot of tension. There was a lot of animosity going on about Pennsylvania at that time because of those guys that came over with Tommy and started everything up, and them not doing anything and lying to everybody. They lied to one another. Even we had a couple of older dudes. We were out on a run at a USA run, and we're back at the hotel, and one of the guys came banging on the door. Turn the TV on. You're not going to believe it. These two guys are giving a television interview. I'm like, oh no.
What?
Yeah. Two of the Philly members. They're on there yapping away. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. We don't do television interviews. And they're on there just running their jaws. Like, oh my God, you did not do that on a local, a news channel in that state. I'm like, and it went all over.
And this was the ex-pagans were doing this?
One of them. And I'm just like, the dude was I don't think he was an actual pagan. He was a pagan prospect. And I think the other guy was actually at one time a warlock. Yeah, man, they're on there and they're giving an interview and talking about the Hell's Angels and how they're not criminals and they doctors and lawyers. And I'm like, guys, what are you doing? You don't even. And they come back to the room, man, and we were like thrown up against the wall. Like, what the hell did you just do? What did you do? You're going to answer, and then you're going to answer for what you did. You're going to answer for it, not us. You're going to answer for it because you know better. You two stupid idiots just stood there and gave a news crew an wide open video interview.
With their patches on? Did they have
Oh
them
yeah,
on?
absolutely.
God.
Told them where they were from, everything. You could not have like dumped more of a bucket of wet shit on a charter than that day, I don't believe. It was horrible.
Yeah, I think that culminated that the sign, Tommy getting killed, the interview,
Oh,
a lot of things culminated. I think you
yeah.
took the brunt of all of that.
I gotta say, man, 2/3 of what they did was just dumb shit, stupid shit, stuff that I and a couple of would never have even thought of doing. Like, what were you thinking when you did this? Obviously you weren't thinking. You got no brain, because if you understand the platform where you're at, you know better. It's like no on a little kid. Like, would you just do bad? But they're just repetitively stupidity.
Would they tell you when you joined not to give interviews to media?
Oh, absolutely. You don't talk to the media. You don't talk to law enforcement. It, it just comes hand in hand. And these are guys that have been around all this stuff. And I don't know what they wanted out of it. Like, go home and try to like record it and save it for the grandkids or something. Yeah, look at me. The biggest dummy there was at the USA run that year. Yeah.